Well, former President Franklin Roosevelt signed Social Security into law on August 14th, 1935. At that time, we had 7.8 million folks who were 65 or older in this country, 65 plus. Now, only 5% of retired people in those days were getting pensions, 5%. Now, that's pretty stunning. By 1937, when the first payments under Social Security were made, Social Security, well, it was a lot of money. Social Security in 1937 paid out $1 million. Back in the 30s, average life expectancy, get ready for this. Now, a lot of people, just ask yourself, what do you think it was in the mid-30s? The average life expectancy in the United States. It was 60 years. 60 years. The retirement age under the new program, 65. Kind of gives you a new respect for politicians, doesn't it? The way they were thinking back then. Now, the age for collecting full Social Security retirement benefits is still between 65 to 67. And that depends on your birth year, of course. But even though average life expectancy now, we can round it up. Life expectancy now is 79. 79. Now, these are numbers. We had a little problem here. And now we got a different kind of problem if we take it on the most generous, if we put it on the most generous of terms, it's plus 12. Almost 2 decades more than in the 1930s. Now, 36 million people who are retired workers are receiving Social Security. The program is expected to pay out $778 billion in benefits this year, and it's no wonder the Social Security Board of Trustees is now warning that the program's trust fund could be exhausted by 2033. But the bad news doesn't really end there. Nearly half of all American workers, 49% of all workers, aren't saving for retirement at all. And the percentage of workers covered by a traditional pension plan has been steadily declining over the past quarter century. Over the past 25 years, dropping, well, in 1980, 62% of private sector workers in America, 62% had a pension. 62% in the private sector had a pension. That compares to how many now? Only 15%. 15% have a pension, a defined benefit program. Pensions have been rapidly replaced, of course, by 401ks. 66% of workers now have those 401ks. By comparison, public employee unions have done pretty well. And public employees in this country, take a guess how many of them enjoy pension plans as compared to the 15% in the private sector. Well, the answer is a rather impressive 90%. 90% in the public sector, meaning they will receive guaranteed income, usually health insurance as well, until death. So it's pretty clear that we're not about the 1% and the 99% that the left has been pushing. We are, in fact, becoming the 50-50 society if we're not careful. Niall Ferguson writes about that in his cover article in Newsweek magazine, talking about half of us paying taxes and the other half receiving some form of government benefit. But I'd say the odds are now, well, 50-50. The country will have a serious debate about big government, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, bloated pensions, and our retirement age that nobody's talking about, and the impact, and the government's role in dealing with the issue of retirement, which became a responsibility for the federal government and an entitlement for Americans with the passage of Social Security in 1935. But 50-50, while it may sound daunting, I want to assure you, these look to me like the best odds this country has had in terms of fixing problems in a very long time.